When you hop on, say hi. Hi, Linda. Hi, Rosie. Welcome. Hi, Deb. Welcome. Give it another 30 seconds or so, and we're going to get started. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Let's get started. I'm just going to say welcome. And I am using the stamp set You Are Remarkable. I know it's been here for a little while, not too long, but for a little while, and I just got it. So we are going to play with that tonight. And just a reminder that for the in color sale, um, it you have until the end of this month, which is the end of this week. So that's that one. And if you're not working with the current demonstrator and would like to have a copy of the catalog, let me know and I will send you one. Also, I will print out the online exclusives for September. So if you're not working with, hi Tina, welcome. Not working with the demonstrator, let me know. I will be glad to send it to you. All right. This is the stamp set. Let me bring it down here. You are remarkable, and I am gonna put my stamps on that I need. For the first card is this one, and the little bee. And the verbiage, friends are, that's not it. Friends are flowers in the garden of life. So we're going to do that. Okay, here's the first one. This is what we call SIP, S-I-P. Hi, Gina Marie. And what that means, it is stamp, ink, and paper. That's all it is. Stamp, ink, and paper. Okay? Nothing fancy about it. It's just that it's just a simple card. Nothing to it. So, with that being said, 4 1/4 by 11. And we're going to score that at 5.5. Let's score this one. Okay. Now this is what we call the hamburger size. Okay. This is what we call the hot dog because it's long. Okay. So I'm bringing in my scratch paper because I will be stamping off on it. I'm going to bring in the bigger flower. I'm using Memento Black. Ink that up pretty good. And we're going to stamp that one up about there. Okay? Then we're going to stamp the other ones. Don't look like that seamed there. Hold on a minute. There we go. And this one's going to get stamped about there. Okay? And then the last one. And that will get stamped about there. Okay? Set that aside so we don't get in a mess there. And while I'm stamping, I might as well leave this out. While I am stamping, I am going to stamp the verbiage. And you know what? I did not put this on Cricut, but it looks pretty straight. That's going to go right about there. Okay? Then we're going to take this little bee. We're going to stamp it there. I got him a little dark there. And up here. All right, done stamping. So now I'm going to bring in my watercolor pencils. And I am going to do green, the old olive. Thank you for sharing, Tina. And I am just going to do these leaves pretty quickly. They don't have to be perfect, because if you notice, watercolor is not perfect. But when you use a blender brush on them, it will fill in any spots that you miss. And what I'll do is color everything in that I want colored, and then I will do the blending brush. And the last one. Okay. And then I'm going to take, this is fresh freesia. I'm not sure what they're being replaced with, Tina. But yes, they are going away. Right now they are on the last chance list. And that's while supplies last. So if anybody wanting our markers, now's the time to buy them. Even though they're going to be gone, I will still be using mine. I use mine more than I do my blends. But if you like the way the blends are, I mean, I do like the blends. Don't get me wrong. I like the way they color. I like the way they, blend and everything. It's just that I'm having too much problems with it. And this is Daffodil Delight for the second flower. And the reason why they're getting rid of the markers is because they're getting rid of the clean stamps, the red rubber stamps. They're getting rid of that, and that's what people use them all for. Yeah, it is, Tina. I agree. And this is just blue. It just says blue. So we're going to color them in. A lot of people hold um, clubs that includes like a markers club. And because I used to do that too, have a markers club, and everybody would put in whatever one whole set. This is Calypso Coral, and that's for the centers. Would put, I think it was $25 they had to spend, and then they get a whole pack of the markers. So until they get all the colors. Okay, then you're going to bring in your blending pen, and I'm going to do the green first, and we're just going to go over where I colored just to blend that in. Who knows though, Tina, maybe down the line they'll have something that will replace the markers. I haven't heard anything yet, so I'm not sure. I don't think they are though, because like I said, they're just going to stick with the photo Palmer sets, those stamps, which I know a lot of you has heard me say I like them better, especially when you're doing a double stamp or the verbiage, because you can see through the blocks. Yeah, I know, Tina. They were fun. Okay, then we're just gonna do the flowers. I'm gonna do the center first, and you always want to make sure you clean your blending brush, okay, or your pen. And then I'm just gonna go over the flowers where I colored. Okay, and it's a shame because they just revised the markers, gave it a little bit fatter tip. It's a shame. This is something I couldn't have done for you ahead of time, so you get to watch me color. I love how the blending blender pen, uh, just makes the crayons look smooth. Okay. Now, if you want to go a little further, you can take your blender pen or your Wink Stella, and you can add to your flowers. And I know I just put a, I don't think you'll be able to see the sparkle. But it makes them a little shiny. That's card number 1. Card number 2 is this one here. Okay. And I have my circles that I punched with my, I think it's the 2-inch punch. Yeah, the 2-inch circle punch. I just did it in 3 circles like this. You're going to take 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to lay this on here like so. Now you want to be careful when you get closer to these circles because you'll have a little bit of the color in if you're not doing it lightly. I'm using Lost Lagoon, Calypso Coral, and Lemon Lolly. Put these out. I'm going to lay these up here. Get my blending brushes. Basic black, 4 1/4 by 11, by 11. Scored at 5 1/2. I think all my cards are this way to this week. And then you need a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside, and I'm going to glue that in a while. Okay. Now we're going to work on this. Put this in my little caddy. Okay. I'm going to start with the yellow. You're just going to rub it in, tap it here, and then just go on your paper. And like I said, you want to be careful that you don't go too far into the other circles or you'll get that yellow there. And just keep going around. And then I am going to do the Lost Lagoon on here first and then on here. I don't think I have it laid out like that. Now that I look at it, we'll see when I turn it over when I'm done with it. I think I didn't actually lay it on like this. I moved the template around. That's alright. It still will work. And then we're going to do the Lost Calypso Coral. Okay, you're going to pick it up, and if you want to add another circle, you can. I'm going to turn it this way, and I think I'm going to put a yellow one over here, just part of it. And I have enough on here to do that. And let's do a quarter down here with Lost Lagoon. Okay, see, I got a little bit of the blue there. Then we're going to take our flour and, yep, that'll work. Let me close these up because I do not want to get my fingers in it or my cards. Okay, so I don't need the paper here. Get my Memento Black. Heat that up. And we're going to stamp that just like that. And as you can see, I do not have it colored in. And then I need thanks. And I always forget which one I have that in. Thanks. Yeah. No, that's not the one, but which one we're going to use. This is from the Spotlight on Nature. It's a little smaller than that one. I'm going to make sure it's straight. Nope. Here we go. Whoop. Okay, thanks. And then that'll go on the front. Just put that in the middle. And there you have card number 2. A little different. Got the circles a little different. Okay, card number 2. Card number 3. Is this one here. And it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. They took my wipes upstairs. My granddaughter did, and I don't have them here. I'm making this yellow. This is Cajun Craze, and this is, crushed curry. And it's from the, Blended Autumn. Blended Autumn. And they're going to go, one's going to go there, one's going to go there, and one will go here. Okay? So we're going to put them down before we do any stamping. Oh, thanks, Shirley. I forget to look up at the screen when I'm creating, so I didn't see your first comment. And then the middle one, like so. Then it's Garden Green. These were 4. Let me get you the measurements. The DSP 1.5, 4 by 1.5, and you need 3 of them. This is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this would be 2.5 by 3 by 4, 2.5 by 4. That will go there. We're going to stamp first. So let me bring this out. And we'll put ink on it. And we're going to stamp that on here. Okay. I'm running out of space here. Now I need the leaves in the center. This is what you call two-step stamping. And we're going to use crushed curry. Let me see what it looks like. Yep, that's good. Then you're going to line it up to the image that you stamped down first. Oh, I got that pretty good. And then the leaves. The leaves I have a hard time lining up. I need to put the lid on that. Okay. Garden green. I got the garden green out. And now we got to line this up. Now we're going to see. Cross your fingers. Oh, I got that pretty good. Okay. Now that will dry a little lighter than what it looks like there. Okay. And then the center, I just took my yellow pencil and I just went in the center. And that was Daffodil Delight. And we're just going to glue this on. The front here. And then we're going to get some dimensionals. I'm going to pop this one up. Put it catty-cornered. And then the hello there came from Blooming Phrases. And we need hello there. And I need a long one here. And I'm going to put it catty-cornered on there. And I get my black. Because I don't use the whole line behind it. I'm just inking up where it says hello there. And we're gonna stamp that like so. And then he is going to go right there, and I am going to cut right at the end here. And that's going to get right here, and that's going to get popped up too. Hello there. And that's card number 3. Different color. Okay, on to the next one. There's this one here, and I need to emboss that then. Azure Afternoon, 4 1/4 by 11. And it's scored at 5.5. Basic white, you need 2, 4 by 5 1/4, 1 for the inside and 1 for the outside. So we're going to put the one for the inside in now, because I don't, oh, I did stamp it. So let's stamp it first. I need this flower, and I need my cleaner to clean it. Okay. And then we need the Azure Afternoon. And I stamped there. And stamp there. Then I took these little dots and I used lemon lolly. Oh, I'm going to use no, lemon lolly. Got it right here. And we're going to stamp. Now you can't see that. Must have used a different color. Maybe I used Daffodil Delight. Oh no, I used a green. I used lemon lime twist. So we're going to just go over this, which is okay. Then you'll see the yellow too. Why to leave that out? I need that. Okay, now we can put this on the inside. I'll get it together, people. Thanks, Tina. Okay. Oh, look, I got green there because I didn't shut it up. Okay. You will need, this is for our thanks. And this is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, 2.5 by 4. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. This I need to get the cut and emboss machine. Before I do that, I'm going to stamp the flower while I have it here. And then we can emboss that paper with the corrugated 3D. Oh, thanks, Terry Lee. Welcome. Okay. So now let me slide some of this stuff over, and I'll bring in my cut and emboss machine. And we need the plate. And we need the 3D embossing folder. I'll find it, guys. so I kept it out. But I cleaned up over the weekend. Well, can't find it. Take everything out of my little bin here. Here it is. Sorry about that. And then I need my paper. And I want the lines going across like that. So I'm going to put it in like this. Okay. You're going to shut it. The hinge part goes in first. You need plate 1, the embossing folder, and plate 4. And then you're just going to put it through. And it comes out like that. Okay? So then, you put these back so I don't lose them. I'm going to take the Azure Afternoon. I'm going to bring in my paper here. Now, when you use your ink pad to go over an embossed item, thanks, Rosie, you do not want to press hard, because when you press hard, you're going to get a bunch of ink in one spot, okay? So what I do is, I just kind of like go over real light. I'm not hardly pressing anything. Now here I press a little harder. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do the same thing. And then you get that effect. And it will dry lighter. As you can see, it's lighter here compared to here. And that can go on the front. Oh wow. So we'll put some glue. See, that smudge of green is all hidden. And our ink dries pretty quick. So now we're going to do this. And what I did on here, I took the lemon lime twist and I colored its leaves in. So I'll do this pretty quick. And the reason why I'm using my Stampin' Right markers, I don't have all the colors in the blends. I haven't bought any blends for a while, but I do use my markers quite a few, more so than I do my blends, I have to say. Okay, we got that covered. And now for the flower, I'm going to bring in my Calypso Coral from the marker pencils, and I'm just going to do the center. I know it's not that color there, but I'm okay with that. And then for the yellow, I think I daubed it. But what I'm going to do is clean the flower. And I am going to get lemon lolly. And I'm going to stamp the flower. It's a little more than what that is, but okay. And then this gets glued on here. And then dimensionals. Okay. And then this is going to get down to the bottom, like so. And then this piece is for my thanks. And since I'm using the smaller thanks, I'm going to have to trim that. Nope, that was a little crooked. Here we go. So I'm going to take my bigger scissors and I'm just going to just cut it off like so. And that just gets glued down. Okay? So there's card number 4. Simple, easy cards. Okay? If you don't have the embossing folder, you can take your cardstock and just use your hands. Let me just get a piece here. Just use your hands and crinkle it. Okay, and when you open it up, it gives you a crinkle effect. But you could do that if you don't have embossing folders. Okay, that's card number 4. And my last card is using Petal Pink, which is one I don't normally use a lot, but and it's this card here. I'm gonna have to emboss the background here. But this is the card. So 4 1/4 by 11, and we're gonna score that at 5 1/2. Okay. This is 3 3/4 by 5. These are 1/4 inch by 5. They're going to go on here, and you need 6 of them if you're going to copy this card. This piece is 2 1/2 by 4. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this out before I emboss this, just to get that out of the way. If you hear TV, thanks, Shirley, or somebody talking in there, it's my daughter. My granddaughter's getting surgery tomorrow, and she's here to help watch the kids because I got to walk the 2 to school. And the youngest one's going to stay here. Okay. Petal Pink, and I think I got it here. And I did the leaves too. Just had the leaves here. Let me clean them. I'm just gonna stamp before I emboss it. Let me clean the flower and the leaves. Okay, bring the flour back. Bring this in. And we're going to fill this in again. And I think I might have stamped off on that one. And I think I used lemon lime twist on that. And I will stamp this off. And then we're going to line it up. Hopefully you get it in place. Yeah, that got pretty good too. Okay. And then for the center, I'm going to get crumb cake marker. And I'm just going to do the center. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring in it's the brick one. Hold on, I should have had it out before I started tonight, and I thought I already had it done. But it's the exposed brick. Here we go again. There it is. I knew it's there. Okay. Same setup. Platform 1. Your embossing folder. Lay your card this way. Fold it. Your hinge area goes in first. And then plate number 4. And you run it through. And it's embossed. Okay, so then we're going to take our strips and we're going to just put a little glue on them. You know, if I have something I want to show you over here. And if you have, what do I do with it? Ha! Lost it. Here it is. Okay. If you don't want to mess with your glue, put some glue on your silicone mat. This little handy dandy was one of those basting brushes, and it was cut down. My one customer, Deb Smith, she made this for me and sent it to me. Okay, and what you do is you lay your like anything small, touch your brush in there, and just tab down onto the image, and just add it to your project, and then it's a good bit on there, so you can probably do it twice before you have to put more glue on. You want to try not to put it at the same place that you have it that you did, because then your glue would be on both sides, if that makes sense. These weren't too bad to use the tip of the glue bottle. But I wanted to show you this. If you have, like, when I do my scrapbook pages and stuff and I use those small letters, I have a hard time getting the backing off. And then there's some that don't have the glue. Um, yeah, Tina, it is a neat tool. Okay, so we have that. When this dries, you take tape on the end. That will pull all the glue off, but you have to wait till it dries, till it sets a little. And if you have glue down in between, it'll pull right off. I tried it because I used this before on something else, and I tried that. It works. Okay. Then we're going to take this, and this ribbon is Petal Pink, and it was on the last chance uh, list, and it came with white. It's a 2-pack. It's white, and it has diagonal design on it. And I am just going to take a piece and cut and wrap it around. There's some ribbon that I will keep that matches our collars, and I will let you guys know that um, we don't have it anymore. I'm just using my old snail just to put some glue back here to hold it. Okay, and then we're gonna put that on here. We're gonna pop that one up too. And what I'm gonna do is make sure I put some on the ribbon to hold it down. And that's going to go right in the middle. Like so. And that will go on the front of your card. Oh, thanks, Linda. Okay. And that is card number 5. Or 4, 5. So let me bring them out so you can see them. You can put bling on them. I didn't put bling on them. You can put bling on them. I didn't put yellow in the bumblebee. This one's pretty black here because I pushed too hard. I'm just using my, okay. All right. That is my cards for tonight. I will be back Monday. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet Monday, but I will be back Monday. Um, might be with some cards probably. And then Wednesday will be scrapbooking night. And I have 3 weeks worth of scrapbooking ready to go. Yeah, that's what I did on the weekend. I have 3 Wednesdays. And Friday, I don't know what I'm doing yet. So I will be back here Monday, though, 8 o'clock. Unless something comes. Oh, no, this is Monday. I am so sorry. Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Scrapbooking Wednesday, and then I'll be back Friday at 8 o'clock. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate every one of you for watching me and everything. And I will be back here Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Have a wonderful rest of the night. No, I should be on next week, Rosie. I was thinking this was not Monday for some reason. But I should be here next Monday, yes. Yes, you're right, Shirley. I thought it was too. When I held it up and looked at it, I thought the same thing. Boy, that really looked like a striped paper. But I had those stripes. I had those quarter inch for something. I don't thank you, Shirley. I don't know if I had a card class and I had those left over or what. And I thought, what a way to use them up. All right, guys. Thank you for watching me tonight. I will be back here Wednesday at